Winterberg, Germany. You're looking at the inside of the Kreisel, where there's a few bratwursts being consumed. There's our leaders. At the bottom, Austria 1. Hengster, Fichter. And now at the top of the track, the first of two American sleds we're going to see. Elana Meyers and her brakeman, Tollestrup, which is her first competition.
Yeah, Elana's key here is the start. You know, she's a beast behind the push bar. She pushed Aaron Pack to a bronze medal at the last Olympics, and she's trying to use that start to be able to become a good pilot. You know, she has the start. Hopefully she can keep the speed as she goes down the course. She'll learn to drive as she goes down, so hopefully she'll be able to keep this speed.
Elana, the great start time in the first run, and there it is again, a great start time in the second run.
Yeah, JennaBree's a good brakeman behind her. That start, you know, they had a 5.66 the first heat, so a 5.71 the second heat. They're going to be a little bit disappointed that they didn't drop that first time. But again, Elana's learning quite a bit as she goes down this track.
Well, Elana only in her second ever World Cup. She's competed in a Europa Cup, 2 America's Cups. You know, a fantastic athlete who is starting to learn her way on these tracks.
That was a great exit to Kreisel.
We'll find out. Down to 10/100ths. Close to the Austrians down below. She's going to have to carry the speed to have a chance here at the bottom. Not bad. Down to 6.
600ths is going to be close.
Right to the hundreds for a top 10 finish. Best ever for Elana Meyers on the line. She does it. 200ths of a second. The Austrians can only look on. But Elana Meyers, top 10 in only her second ever World Cup. A year from now, that's probably going to get to the top 5 with that start time.
Hopefully, yeah. She uses that big start, and just hopefully that will put her with a big advantage at the beginning, hold that lead as she goes all the way down the course. Because, as you can see there, she really waves toward the end of that curve, and she gets high late.
JennaBree Tollestrup, her brakeman, her first ever World Cup. And the Austrians look on, hoping they couldn't do it. Elana Meyers from Atlanta, Georgia. She's the leader. 9 sleds to go. Next athlete from Canada, Kaylee Humphries, her brakeman, Heather Moyes. These two won the Olympic gold medal last year at the Vancouver Winter Olympic Games with unbelievable starts and great drives down the track.
Yeah, ironically, we were just talking about Elana's great start from the American team that just went down the hill. They tied for the fastest start with this team right here of Kaylee Humphries and Heather Moyes.
500 separate the American at the bottom. This is very, very disappointing. I think Kaylee Humphries this season is a 5.65.
Yeah, we saw Elana's start time.
She just banged though into that first curve.
Yeah, Kaylee's Humphrey went down 100th of a second, but that speed was just killed as she came out of that king curve.
That was Kaylee Humphries is not having a great season after winning an Olympic gold medal. That mistake she just made there could cost her desperately, but down to 9, she sort of stopped the bleeding there.
Yeah, definitely. She had a lot of experience, and she knew how to handle the sled as it kind of broke into a skid into that first curve, and it could have been a lot worse.
-9 to -9. She will not lose any more time, it looks like. But Kaylee Humphries should be challenging for the medals. She shouldn't be that far back. And maybe this is just what happens to Olympic gold medalists. All that banquet circuit in the summer, ducks her head, finishes with the best time of the run. But the mistake she made in curve 1, when she banged the wall before the entrance to curve 1, that was the nemesis on her time at the bottom. I don't think that's going to give her any chance to move on.
Yeah, she's lucky to stay in the top 9 because at that start you can tell she just kind of came out of that kink and didn't control the sled really well. It just hit really hard.
Bang, bang, bang.
To the first curve.
You didn't see that bang, but wow, trust me, that's as bad a mistake as you can make on this track that exists. Look at Kaylee Humphries. She's positive, but you know she's a little torn apart inside. She can't finish any better than 9th.
Little disappointed. Yeah, 9th place is a little far down from an Olympic gold medal about 10 months ago.